Hello everybody, welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today I'm going to be doing my review of the G.I. Joe classified figure, the Trench Viper, who also comes with the Cobra Modular Fortification playset by Hasbro. Now, I'm not too sure about how I feel about this. It kind of looks cool. I'm not too sure of it. I'm a little bit on the fence with this. So, we're going to see how I feel at the end of this video, whether or not I felt that this was worth picking up or not. So, with that being said, roll that intro. Here he is in packaging. So first off, you got your age restriction, your choking hazards. You get this art here where you can see him, the bunker, and in the background you can see the rattlers and even a couple of the bunkers stacked up on each other. You have the figure here with a nice open window so you can see him, his accessories. Got the Cobra logo and his name, G.I. Joe Classified, and Hasbro. Come around to this side here. You get a cool profile picture. I actually do like this picture. I think that looks pretty cool. The G.I. Joe logo and his number. Spinning around this way. You get his number here. Here's the figure, the bunker, and all the accessories that come with them. A couple of the special features. And your legal underneath. Come around here. You got his stats, QR code, number, and the Joe logo. All right. Up top here, you got the Cobra logo and his number. And then underneath, you got your legal and SKU. So, let's open him up and see what he's about. So first, we're going to look at the Trench Viper. He's very much like the Alley Viper. He's basically just a repaint of him. So first, we're going to take a look at his points of articulation. So the head does move. All right. Got a shoulder joint here with a swivel at it. You got an elbow joint and you have a wrist joint. This other arm up. He does have a joint in here. You don't get much movement with it because of his jacket here or his flak suit, whatever you want to call it. You have another joint here at the hips. You got a thigh joint with a swivel. You got a knee joint. Oh man, knee joint's tight, but it does move, and an ankle joint. Plus, you also have a swivel there. All right, so all his joints seem to move pretty well. The knees are definitely a little bit on the tight side. But other than that, if I could get him into place, his joints move pretty well. So now let's start looking at the head. So as you can see, he does have this blast shield that goes down. It's for surveillance and what have you. Okay, you can lift this up. And now you can see the face underneath. He has the standard red bandana look to him with the Cobra logo on top. Let's give him a rotation here. All right. And back onto this side. So like I said, he has your basic Alley Viper look, but in a night camouflage or an urban style camouflage. So he has the blue, dark blue with the light blue and so forth. Now he does have this vest here, or actually it's more like body armor, where it has a bunch of pouches. It even has a couple of rock climbing clips here on the side. Comes all the way down to his lower section. All right, spin him around here. You can see he has a holster for his pistol. Put this arm down. And now you have the Cobra logo on this arm, plus a holster for one of his knives. Come around to the back here. You can see that camouflage a little bit better on the back here. You know, you can't really see it up front because of all his gear. All right, come around, take a look at this side. He has a couple of pouches there. Bring this arm down. And as you can see, it says Sentry there on his side. And so forth. So overall, I think he's a pretty cool looking figure. I do like the overall look to him. Now let's take a look at his accessories. So he doesn't come with that much, to be honest with you. So he comes with the standard Alley Viper shield with a little bit of night camo on it. Now it looks like this Cobra here is a different color, almost like a darker purple. I don't know how well you can see that on the camera, but the problem is it's so dark that it blends in with the shield. So unless if you're looking at it directly, you probably wouldn't even notice it. Okay. He comes with a pistol. All right. With no hole in the front for blast effects, so you can't do any blast effects with this pistol. And two knives, which are basically the same knife. So you got this knife here, and you got that knife. So now let's see how well all this works with them. So we're going to start with the knives. Get them out of the way. All right. So we'll put this one in this hand here. All right. So boom. Both knives are in his hands. No issues with either one of them. All right. Got your holster here. Oops. Maybe. There it goes. And then you got this holster here. All right. So the two knives fit fine in both their holsters. No issues with either one of them. Now we're going to do the pistol and shield. All right. Get that finger in there. There we go. Now the shield, which I didn't show you earlier, does have like some scope stuff. So like, you know, night vision, what have you, and early warning, surveillance, or what have you. So that's pretty cool that it has that set up in there. Now this is meant to just slide right over the arm. Shouldn't be any issues. All right. One loop. All right. And this thing's going to make a liar out of me and be a pain in the rump. There it goes. All right. So because it has soft straps on the inside of the shield, it just goes on very well. As you can see, no issues. If you want to have them hold it up in front of them, you can. All right. Matter of fact, you could probably, if you want, let me see if I could get them to actually do something like this. You could actually have them try to pose them with the pistol coming out through that little gap there, so he can protect himself with the shield while firing the pistol. So you could probably maneuver that to be a little bit better than that, but that would be kind of neat to have them displayed if you get it right. And then last but not least, his little pistol here goes into this holster, and it fits fine in there. All right, so now we're going to put the bunker together. Now, there's a lot of pieces to this, a lot of small pieces, so make sure you have everything. They come in those little white baggies, and sometimes things could get lost in there. So first, we're going to put together the turret. All right, so you got your gun here. All right, and it even says Cobra, so you know he's part of Cobra. You got his belt feed here. And there should be, here's the end to it. All right, that could go on just like that. Fits into place, no issues. Got your belt feed here. All right. That fits in there. We'll just go midway. No issues. That. All right. Now also on here, if you don't have the double on there, you can also have a single grip. So if you want him, the Alley Viper, to actually hold it, you can, and we'll get into that in a minute. All right. So now let's put this goofy thing together. So you got this here. This is for the turret. That little swivel piece goes in there. Get the two legs. All right. So this is supposed to sit in here. That's supposed to sit in there. All right, theoretically. All right. Oh, there it goes. All right. So you got that in there like that. The gun is supposed to fit on there. Oh, okay. I see. You actually got to put this on here like that. No. This actually goes on here like this. Like that. So you got this piece in here that just locks onto here like this. So you got that mounted cannon. Now you got another set here as well. All right. Now these are adjustable. So see how you got these pins in there, those holes? So you adjust this how low you want. So if you want this low, it'll sit there. If you want it this high, you can sit it like that. So these holes decide how high you want this adjusted. But the thing about it though, once you get this thing together, all right, once you get this thing all together, you can't readjust it when it's closed. So I guess you gotta just decide, whether you want one up like this or you want one down like this. I wish they would have had some sort of way you could adjust it without taking it apart. But it does come apart easy enough. So if you want to put it up, let's say one more, I guess. There it goes. Like that. You can. So now you have the two pieces there. And you just, swap all this over. But I believe also, I think one of these is meant for this as well. So you could pop this on here. So now you have your gun turret and your lamp. So those two pieces are assembled. All right. Next up, you got your actual bunker. Now this comes in a couple pieces. So you have, your gun rack here. You got your floor, your top, and then you got two sides here. All right. So how it goes together is you take this side here. You get one side, you clip it in. I don't think it really matters. There it goes. There it goes, that one. So that's on there. Now make sure the wording is facing the right direction. And then this one has the Cobra logo. So obviously it's going to go like this. All right. You got your weapons rack here. All right, this could go on either side. Depends upon how you want this. All right, so that hooks on there like that. And now you got the floor piece. and the roof piece, which are basically the same thing. All right, so the floor piece sits in like this. All right. Eventually, there it goes. And then the top one basically fits in the same way, but you want this groove to come in here. All right. Just like that. So now your bunker is assembled. All right. Honestly, kind of looks like a porta potty to me, but so now your bunker is assembled. So now we're going to look at all the accessories and play features with this thing. So a lot of weirdness to this, okay? So let's take a look at the bunker itself. Like I said earlier, kind of looks like a porta potty to me. So you got the Cobra logo here. You got the back of it. And then you also have this side here. All right. Now, when you're putting this thing together, make sure the top piece has these two holes in it, because that's going to be the ultimate top. Where this is the bottom. Now, you see these holes here? That's if you want to connect it to the top of another one. So you would remove this, and then you put the other bunker on top. All right. Let's take a look into the back here. Now, you do have a ladder for this. So if you want somebody to climb up onto the top of here, this just hooks on. Just like that. Actually, let's put it off to the side here. There you go. So now you got your ladder on there. You also have your other ladder piece here. So if you were going to double it up, you could use this. Now you got these really, really small pegs. Look how small that thing is. All right. And these are designed to go in between the ladders. All right. Here, let me try to put them on this one. Might be easier. So there's one. And there's two. So you could set that up like this. So if you did a second level to it, let's put this back here so you can see it. So if you had a second level, you could use that for the second level. All right. So those are the ladders. You also have a communication piece here that could go on top. And you also got this spotlight that can also go on top. So now you can have these two things on top of there, just like that. You also have your sandbags that you can put in front of it to give it your basic look. Now this turret here, you could either have it out here, or you could put it on the inside to have your guys shooting it. Okay. Now we're going to take a little bit more of a look on the inside of this thing. All right, spin her around. We're going to pull the top off, and then we're going to open this up. Going to pull the bottom off as well. So it just makes things easier. So now you have this opened up here. You have two pegs here to where you can put this rack on there. I got a couple guns. So they just sit nicely on the racks here. All right. So if you want weapons on there, you can put them in there. And if you have a bigger gun like this, you could just slide it down. Probably this way would probably be the best way. And now you can store a bigger gun there, but you're going to have to take that off. All right. So if you want to store that there, you can. Probably won't be able to close it up because it's a little too big. But maybe something like similar to Rock and Roll's gun, you might be able to get that on there. So that's for your weapons and what have you. All right. Now let's bring our Alley Viper back in here. I'm sorry, Trench Viper. So let's get his shield off. Alright. You can have him, first off, hold this gun like this. You put this in here. Put his hand there. The other hand here. Pop that on there. And now he can hold this gun just like that. Alright. Or you can pull him off. Alright. Take the gun off of here. We want it in this slot here. So let's take this. We'll adjust it low. Eventually. There it goes. We want this all the way down. That would probably be the best height for in here. Yes. So this can actually be used to actually use the gun slot. All right, now here comes the real fun to this. Let's see how well all this works when it's actually closed. All right. So lock that into place, lock that into place. Get your roof on here. All right. Now that's locked on. Got your cannon. Switch out this for this. That falls to the floor. All right. Let's get our Viper holding this here. All right. That hand on there. All right. You can obviously stand in there, so that's good. So it's just enough height. Why we got map? Where's my dang stand? All right. So you got enough height in here for him to stand in there if you want him to stand, as you can see. So you want him in position with the gun. I'm not going to play around with the handle. You could probably get the hand, play with it. The hands will fit on there. So if you want to play around with it, get him into position with the gun. You can do that. It's going to be a little bit of a pain, but through some work, you can also do that. This out here, spin you around. Or you can have them also positioned behind here as well. Let's see if we can actually get him holding this thing. All right, the hands will work. Just got to open them up a little bit. Now this handle is very rubbery. All right, very rubbery. So it makes it a little bit hard to get the hands on there due to how soft it is, contrary to the hands themselves. So, okay. Got both hands on there like that. So, boom. If you want them to hold the gun on the outside, you can. Put your bunker here. So now you can have somebody on the outside, somebody on the inside. And if you want to use this as well, you can have a lamp down here. All right. Now, one of the weird things is you got this radar here, but there's no computers on the inside. No computer displays, no readouts. So you can't even pretend like they're looking in a computer with this radar. So I guess it just beeps because there's, nothing on the inside for it. And then it also comes with these pieces. So you have these hooks here. And also these, which I have no idea what this is for. All right. And unfortunately, the instructions don't explain what these are for. I'm going to guess these are for if you want to add another bunker piece, you can make, have like bends and stuff in it. So if you want to have it at an odd angle, you can, or what have you. But yeah. So when you spin it around this way, like if you want, you can hook this in here. And now you can add another piece. That's what I'm guessing that's for. As for these things, I have no idea what this is for. I really don't. If somebody wants to tell me in the comments what exactly these are for, I'd be happy to hear it. But as of this moment, I have no clue. And the directions don't tell you nothing about them. Your directions are very vague. All right. So it shows you the basic assembly, but it doesn't show you how to stack them. I mean, you can figure it out, but still, there's no instructions on that. There's no instructions on these little clips here. And if you look at the front, you just get the basics for the gun. So I'm not too thrilled with the directions for this thing, but overall, you got a Cobra bunker or whatever they're calling it. All right, so let's get into my final thoughts with this. So first off, the Trench Viper. All his points of articulation moves very fine. No issues with that. Generally, he does look pretty cool. I do like the overall look to him, even though he is basically a repaint of the Alley Viper. What accessories he does come with fit with him very well, so I have no issues there with him. This play set here fits together pretty easily. For the most part, it's pretty self-explanatory, but there are some directions with it, and I'll get into that in a minute. And it all fits together pretty well. Its play feature is it is stackable, so if you buy more of these things, you can stack them. You can put them side by side to make, like, I guess, a wall if you wanted to. You know, all the pieces fit on it pretty well. So everything works well with these things. So you would say, well, great, Rick. That means you would recommend this. Not so much, because honestly, I find it boring. It doesn't have any kind of like personality to it. For one, the instructions don't tell you anything about how to hook it up to other things. You got, pieces that you don't really know what they are. The directions don't tell you what they are. I'm sure with a little bit of research I could figure out what it is, but you shouldn't have to. When you buy something like this, especially for the price point, because this is a $60 play set here, so especially for the price point, you would think the directions would tell you everything and anything you can do with this. Um, and it just doesn't have personality to it. I mean, twice in this thing, I kind of refer to it as a porta potty because that's what it looks like for the most part. It's just a rectangle. Like the original Cobra bunker had style to it. It was round in shape. It almost looked like one of the old German bunkers. And that's what was cool about it. It had style to it. It had the big Cobra on the front. Even the communication station that they came out with then also had a sense of style to it. And this is just, I believe this thing is more of a cash grab. And, to incite you to buy more of these things so you could stack them. You could do, all sorts of goofy things that you want with it. And I think that's what it was. I don't think they put much thought into the look to it. They just thought, oh, well, you could stack this and. And that's the other thing about it, too. You have this radar dish, but you have no computer inside. There's no computers or anything. Like, even, once again, back to the original bunker and communication station, when you spun them around, they had, like, red camera screens and stuff inside of it and what have you. And this don't have any of that. I guess what they're banking on is that you would think that the Trench Viper shield connects to this, and that way he could see, use the radar for, surveillance or whatever. But still, I don't know. For me personally, this don't work. And they also got the Joe one that is now out for pre-order, which is the same thing, just repainted. And the only real difference is it has a double gun instead of a single gun, and I think that could be swapped out with a missile launcher. But other than that, you look at the pictures of it, it's the same exact thing. Plus, you also get generic G.I. Joe soldier with it as well. So I wouldn't recommend this. I mean, if you're somebody who wants it, who wants to build walls and buy 100 of these things and do that, man, that's your gig. But me personally, I'm not impressed with this. Yeah, I feel like this is not worth $60. Even with the figure, most of your Joe figures go for about $25, and he doesn't even get any really cool weapons either. He gets a standard shield, a pistol, and two knives. They should at least gave him a rifle or something, something other than, that. But I guess they assumed that the big cannon here would be his gun, but still, it would have been nice for him to come with like maybe a mini machine gun or something, whatever. But unfortunately, nah, I'm not into this one. So, with that being said, I hope you guys did like this review. If you did, go ahead and check out my G.I. Joe playlist and hit that like, share, and subscribe. They're all small clicks for you, but it really helps this channel grow. So, into the next one, late.